Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 1 for the event progeny prospects. This example we discussed in the previous video in detail, wherein we studied a female child who got married and immediately after the marriage she got conceived and also delivery happened. So we discussed on the destiny and timing of event with the help of the EPS table. Same example we are going to study with the help of the PILT table, how far the key planets were useful in finding the destiny and also the timing of event. Now let us examine this female's birth chart with the help of the PILT table. Example number 1, timing of childbirth, no delay in pregnancy. We are going to study this chart with the help of the PILT table. Now let us examine the PILT table of this chart. This is the birth chart of that female native. We are going to study the PILT table for the progeny prospects. Now we are on the PILT page, and we can either use the key planet states automatically generated by the software, or we can use the EPS colors what we have given assigned in the previous video also when we are studying the EPS tables. So that we can also choose. I can use these EPS colors because we have already spent a lot of time on that. So there will be continuation of the understanding. So now I have selected EPS colors and KP check all. Now we are going to study the destiny. Before going to the destiny, you check the significators of all the planets. Only Saturn is in green color. That 1, 5, 7, 11 cuspal sublot, 6, 7, 5, and all are good key planets rolled by the good significations rolled by the Saturn. And Moon is having that light red because it is 12th lord occupying 7, 6, and 12. It is not having 4th house. Still, this 12, 6, and 12 is indicating some weakness. And Mars planet is light pink. It means it has got both favorable and unfavorable, but unfavorable on the higher side because 4th lord occupying 12 and 10th star lord and 8th cuspal sublord. On the favorable side, it is 9th lord also and the 2nd star lord and 2nd sublord. So these houses are also favorable, and unfavorable grouping also strongly present. And Rahu occupying 5th house and has got 4 and 10 cuspal sublord. It has got weakness. But Rahu represents Jupiter. Jupiter is a 5th lord and 11th occupant and 3, 7, 11 cuspal star lord and 8th lord and 12th, close to 12th cusp also. It has got some obstacles. So that is got, because of that, it is given blue color and Rahu is given pink shade. And Venus also you can see blue. So all blue colors are favorable with some obstacles. And light red is the only planet which has got some weaknesses on the higher side. That too not with the primary house, primary unfavorable house. So now let us examine the 5th lord and the 5th cuspal sublord and the Karaka planet Jupiter. 5th lord planet is Jupiter itself, and 5th cuspal sublord is Saturn. Now let us check the 5th lord Jupiter Karaka planet. 5th lord Jupiter in the star of Mercury and 12 level Saturn, Venus, all are blue only. There is no pink or there is no light red houses planets are playing. It means they're all having some supportive key planets, definitely. And look at their supports. That Saturn is the strong, favorable primary cuspal sublord key planet. Only it is ruling at the 2A level, but look at all the rulers are having the Saturn. I mean, what Saturn is forming ruler linked to the planet and the star level, being in the supports. And Venus, the sublord planet Venus in the star of Ketu, that Ketu represents Mercury. Mercury is playing role at the star level. So that way, all are having good rulers link and also it is favorable. And now let us examine the 5th cuspal sublord Saturn. Saturn is good in its own sign, it is good, but star lord has got weakness. I mean, we studied already. Star Lord is talking about some obstacle causing houses, but not without the 4th house. It is not indicating detrimental. Still, it is weak only. But moon in the sign of Saturn only. Saturn is forming ruler link, and all other favorable key planets are playing. And moreover, moon in the star of Jupiter, that is unfavorable or reduced, that is good. And that is also getting the Saturn in the supports. And sublord is Mars or light pink. It is also mixed one that we already discussed. This is also mixed one. But when compared to Moon, it is having some favorable grouping. That Mars also having favorable key planet in supports. Importantly, Saturn, that is fifth cuspal sublord, is there in the supports. And Mars in the star of Mercury, unfavorable or further reduced by the Mercury, that is also having that Saturn in its supports. Such rulers are well influenced by the primary cuspal sublord planet at all levels by way of supports, and also other favorable key planets also present. So unfavorable or reduced, favorable or increased. So that Saturn is supportive for the progeny. Despite some weakness, it is favorable for the progeny. That's what we are able to understand. So now we have studied the progeny, destiny prospects. Yes, it is supportive for the progeny. And now we have to check the Dasa Lord. The native at the time of marriage, she was running Saturn Dasa itself. That is, destiny planet itself is running as the Dasa Lord. And Bugdi, in which Bugdi she not got married was Mars Bugdi. So Saturn we already studied. So Saturn is having favorable, signification along with the unfavorable or mixed moon. Moon is more unfavorable than the Mars. That moon is having obstacles, and Mars also having some weakness, which is mixed one. And so the planet which is acting as a Bugdi Lord at the time of marriage, it should be favorable. It should be having the strong favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord, that also destiny planet. What is Saturn? Saturn itself should play a role, and other favorable key planet Jupiter and Mercury. Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. Whether that Mars is having. Mars is having some weakness at the source level. Okay, it is indicating some weakness, mixed signification. Star level is Mercury, 2A level is Saturn, sub level also Saturn. So Mercury, Saturn, Saturn, consequent levels are ruled by strong favorable key planet. The two key planets of the Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord itself, Saturn itself is playing role at the 2A level and sub level. And moreover, all the levels are having this Saturn. Other than this 2A level and sub level, Saturn is passing its ruler into all levels. It is good. And moreover, Mars planet has got some weakness, but look at the star level. Mercury is forming ruler into the source also. Mercury also forming ruler link, Saturn also forming ruler link, and other favorable key planet Jupiter, that is also playing role at all levels. So it means what? Mars is star levels, star lord, the star lord, sublord are all favorable and supporting for the progeny in its Bugdi, and also having all other key planet in supports. So that way, Saturn Dasa Mars Bugdi was favorable. So at the time of marriage, that native was running Rahu Antra, it was running. So Rahu also it is showing some supportive significations definitely, but because Mars Bugdi Rahu Antra is going to very small period, the conception is taken place in Jupiter Antra. So Saturn Dasa Mars Bugdi. Let us check Saturn Dasa Mars Bugdi, Jupiter Antra favored for the conception. Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, Venus, Ketu, all are. You can see these ruler, Mercury, Saturn, and Jupiter, good key planet, and they're all ruling here. And of course, Venus also playing role in supports. So that way, the Venus is a good key planet, 3159. So that is also playing a role at the sub level. And already we discussed on the Jupiter fifth lord. So all are having good key planets, and important key planet is Saturn playing role here also, and 2A level forming ruler link to all levels. And Jupiter is also good key planet. Jupiter also forming ruler link to the star lord and star lord of the star lord. So that Jupiter favored for the conception. And Once after the conception, after the gestation period of 9 months over, at that time moon antra was falling. In the time of delivery, moon antra was running. So because that we have no control on that, because that is the period of the 9 month getting over, then moon antra was running, whether moon is supportive for the pregnancy. So you can see moon, star level, Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn, all Jupiter, Mercury, Saturn of the that Bugdiyad in which the conception has taken place, that is playing role here. And look at the Mars Bugdi in which the Bugdi was running for the delivery also. Mars is Mercury, Saturn, Saturn, that is Mercury, Saturn are strongly playing role, and other favorable key planet Jupiter is playing at the star level itself. That way it is good. So moon period is having some weakness, but moon is also passing rudal into the other levels, but for the delivery, this is enough. These period, star level, sub level, all are favorable and forming rudaling, and that Antara period is also having the strong, all the favorable key planets of the Bugdi Lord. So that that Antara Lord planet can have should to have the key planets of the important key planets and also Bugdi Lord's key planet, even if it is having some weak key planets in its ruler, but if it is getting the support from other good key planets, that Antara will support for the delivery. But such anta period may not be strong enough to act as the Bukti Lord. But Antra Lord can be can have mixed significance also, but it should have the good key planets in the rulers and also in supports. I think you're able to understand. So the native got the child during Saturn, Mars, and Moon. Saturn Dasa, Mars Bugdi, Moon Antra. The native delivered the baby. You can see the good key planet Saturn is playing role. Saturn, Mercury, Saturn, Jupiter, Mercury. This is Dasa Lord is Saturn. Saturn Dasa Lord itself is playing role here in the Bugdi Lord, and Antara Lord also Saturn is playing at the last level, but forming ruler link to all levels. And other good key planet Jupiter and Mercury are playing role. I think we're able to understand how far this PILT table is useful in finding the key planets' role on the destiny and also dasa periods. By good practice, you can do it. Whenever you have doubt, you please click on that PILT table. Keep open that you can open the EPS table also, and you can check the level-wise combined study. That will be very predominantly we can see in the EPS table. I think you're able to understand. We'll meet in the next example. Good luck.